All right. Back day is completed. A damn good back day, if I say so myself. Definitely, Jim came in clutch that time. Having those extra pair of wraps, straps, whatever you call them, available. Benefits of having a good membership at the right place. Cannot stress enough how sometimes paying a little extra more per month for a gym can give you a bit of an advantage, both mentally and focusly, I guess. Yeah. Anyways, because it's kind of a more I don't want to say hardcore style gym. It's not really a hardcore because it's a little bit more serious of a gym. It is a little bit more expensive, but you're surrounded by other people that, I'm pretty sure take this shit as seriously as I do, if not more, being that they actually compete and stuff like that. But, you get what you pay for. It's the age-old saying. And even though this gym's probably about $15 to $20 more a month than the typical chain franchise gyms in my area, which I also have a membership to, of course, it's worth it, because it's a lot easier to get locked in and focused when you've got someone who, has their workout gear on next to you, getting in as good of a workout and set at the same time as you are, versus, grandpa who has been sitting on the same machine for the last 30 minutes just checking out the young girls in the gym, You guys know who I'm talking about. You guys have seen someone like that before in your gym. Just about every gym has one. And I'm not saying grandpa because he's old, but because he's behaving like a grandpa by sitting on a machine for a long period of time and, being creepy. So we're done with the workout now. We're going to go to the store. I have to get some things. And there is an item at the grocery store that I want to grab that I had seen on Instagram that I might have to get. It looked pretty damn good, and if it's even half as good as I think it'll taste, I might have to put up a small TikTok or Instagram reel about it, which of course will end up on both platforms, including YouTube. But I won't spoil the surprise as to what I plan for it to be. I think we're at 192 subscribers right now, which is pretty crazy. It doesn't really feel like we started that long ago. Relatively confident that we'll hit 200 subscribers by the end of the month. That would be great. So if you're watching this, by all means tell your friends. Oh, those straps, I don't know if you guys can tell, those straps broke my skin on my wrist, which honestly kind of just psychs me up a little bit more because it's kind of like proof that I had a high intensity workout, literally tearing my skin. I developed these more so, I believe, on shrugs than I did on any of my other back movements. So yeah, it's pretty cool. I'm trying to think of what else I wanted to say to you guys. I'm drawing a blank. That is the other consequence of really not getting enough sleep or not getting good quality of sleep, is a loss of focus, loss of thought process. And so, you don't want to be where that may come into play in regards to a bodybuilding context is you don't want to be working out and you're counting 3, 4, and then you're like, wait, am I on 3 or am I on 4? You know, you lose count. You ever lose count during a set? Or if you're keeping track of your macros in your head like I do, I don't really use an app. I don't really like do anything on my phone to track my macros. You might lose track of what you're eating on a day-to-day basis. So I'm literally losing my train of thought right now just talking to you guys. I think, though, for next back day, we're going to come back with a bit of a vengeance, because I do think that the lat high rows, the first movement that I performed, I think from a strength perspective, I underperformed, and I hate to say it because it's such a lame excuse, it's such a lame reason, but I'm pretty sure it's hydration and food related, which are controllable factors on my part, and I should really be doing more to eat more and to drink more water. I was at work yesterday and my water intake was, my overall caloric intake yesterday was horrendous, but my water intake was certainly lacking, and the kind of water that you drink makes a really big deal. You want to make sure that you're drinking spring water. Purified water doesn't really have any naturally occurring minerals or hydrating electrolytes. So, and even your sports drinks like Powerade and Gatorade, you know, those are good for a temporary standpoint, but you really want to supplement drinking those drinks that are high in sodium specifically as far as electrolytes go, not so much any other electrolyte, but sodium and then sometimes sugar, which serves its purpose as far as giving you energy. You really want to supplement that by making sure that you're drinking enough plain water after the fact, so that it's not so concentrated, because if you drink just Gatorade for like an entire day or two, you're going to feel terrible, and your kidneys are going to identify that they don't need that much sodium or that much sugar at one time, and so your kidneys will work to excrete those excess nutrients and such by recruiting excess water from the cells of your body to make more urine, which will only further dehydrate you. But this isn't a science class, so as far as back progress goes, though, I think the 315 shrugs are definitely getting a lot lighter. I don't know if I'll progress in that weight just yet, because it's still pretty heavy. I'm trying to watch out for injury, and it sounds lame, but my neck is starting to, with my tossing and turning at night, I use my neck a lot to kind of like get the movement started, as far as flipping over goes. So I'm getting a lot of cricks in my neck from laying in my bed at night, and I know I sound like a wimp right now. I'm just explaining to you guys the reality of the situation, and sometimes doing shoulder shrugs kind of exacerbates those, and or trap shrugs. Another thing too is because I specifically do barbell shrugs, guys, you know what I'm talking about. The bar grinding against the front of my, self is uncomfortable, and I can't really imagine doing that with a heavier weight right now. So I really want to master the 315 shrug with good form, where I'm not grinding it against myself so much before I go up in weight. And like, you don't always have to progress in weight at every movement, you know what I mean? You can, unless of course like that movement is supplemental to the movement that you're actually trying to get stronger in, if that makes sense. So you really don't need to necessarily progress in calves for the sake of making your squat stronger. But if you want to get that muscle bigger, then you have to work them heavy. Now, when it comes to quads and hamstrings, though, you do have to work them hard and heavy if you want them to get bigger to help you on your squat. So I hope that kind of makes a little sense. I know I'm kind of a little all over the place with this post-workout car talk, but it is what it is. We have a substantial amount of food to get in for the remainder of the day. We have a substantial amount of water to get in for the remainder of the day. And other than that, I'm probably just going to vibe out at home, chill on my phone, edit some videos. Downloaded a new thumbnail app, like a thumbnail maker app. So might play around with that. You guys might see some updates to the old thumbnails. And yeah, so I think I'm going to cut the conversation short here. Don't really have much else to talk about. Appreciate you guys listening. I hope you guys stay big, stay strong, and stay safe. And I'll see you on the next one.